Why men pull away when they're getting close. In this video, I will give you the pull back magnet to basically draw your guy back in when he's pulled away. And this pullback magnet achieves a few things. So it reverses any damage that has been done so far, and it also makes him absolutely interested in you once again. And the truth is, when you don't know this, you end up having all sorts of horrendous side effects, like him running into another woman's arms or him losing interest forever. All things you want to avoid, and all things that this video will allow you to avoid. So hello again, it's Erin, your personal love expert from the channel where we make men make sense, VixenDaily. If you want to know what to do when a man pulls away, right? I'm ready right now in the comments while the intro plays. This video has been requested so many times, so I hope that you guys enjoy. But before we dive into today's video, I have a very small favor to ask. If you like this video, if you like any of my videos or anything about me, if you like what I'm wearing, if you like dating advice, leave me a like, a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a share, subscribe, tell people all about it. So Matthew Hussey, Elliot Scott, Mark Rosenfield, they all talk about this subject. Why? Because it is crucial to understand why men pull away after getting close. Well, the reason is because first, he could have realized that he doesn't want to commit further, but he doesn't have the heart to tell you. So this is a common situation that a lot of people don't realize. A man will get into a situation where he thinks things are going well. He'll kind of pursue the situation, but he realizes at one point that he isn't actually as interested as he thought. But men actually don't want to disappoint you and don't really have the heart to say, hey, I'm no longer interested. It's an awkward conversation. It's one that he wants to avoid. So he's going to avoid having to have that conversation with you and try to give you these signals that he's lost interest. And that's a definite possibility here. So definitely keep that in mind. What do you think about what I just mentioned? Let me know in the comments down below. Why do guys pull away when they're falling in love? Specifically, if he pulled away after you slept together, this could be another option. It doesn't mean that it was love. Men will be able to sleep with you without loving you. The second thing, why do men pull away after being close? The reason why men pull away is he could just need space and nothing could be wrong. Okay, so the truth about this is if he needs space, you must, and I mean must, give him space. A man absolutely need space to miss you, to fall in love with you, to be in a relationship with you. Men need space. Space is normal. Space is an essential ingredient of falling in love, of staying in love, and maintaining a healthy relationship. What does space mean? Giving a man space means you have active time where you focus on infusing your life with things you love and building a good life for yourself. So you're giving space, but giving yourself active time to work on yourself and your life. You need to fall in love with the process of giving a man space. It's going to make him be more tremendously in love. It's going to make him come back to you. He will want to be around you more when you give him space. And if you don't, he's going to run for the hills and think that you're a woman that will not respect his need for space and doesn't understand him because you're always clinging to the relationship to just get this energy from and get joy from when you should be getting it from your own life. So the third possibility is that he's dealing with something in his own life and he has to handle it. Okay, so this is another situation where nothing could be wrong. So things could be perfectly okay, but what you have to understand here is men process things on their own. Men deal with their emotions on their own, and then they resurface when they're ready. However, there's a fatal mistake here. If you try to block his process of dealing with things on his own, he's going to pull away more. He will feel like you are suffocating him. Let's say he's dealing with having trouble at work and he just wants to handle it. He wants to get things done. He's giving all his energy into something. He doesn't have time to deal with any emotional hysteria of a relationship. He's just trying to get it done and is having no intention of abandoning you. He's going to re-emerge when he's fully ready to, but instead you push. You send a text message saying, wow, I get it. That's how it is. And you start to accuse him. You start to kind of kick him when he's already at a down place. That makes him say, what am I doing here? And the more you do that, the more you kick, the more you prod, the more you accuse, the more you attack, the more emotional turmoil you try to put on him, the farther and farther he will run. It is an instinctual process, and it is something that you have to keep in mind. When a man needs space, if you start pushing and prodding, he will run away. It doesn't matter how good of a connection you have. It doesn't matter how great he is, feeling around you. It doesn't matter. If you do that, he will run. It's an instinctual process in a man. So give him space. That's the real lesson here, to give the space. Don't try to cling, don't accuse, don't attack, because he could very well be dealing with something in his own life. And by doing this, you actually make him say, why am I with this person? They're making my life more difficult. And there's nothing that's worth making a man's life more difficult for. A man won't want to be with a woman that does this. It will not be worth whatever positivity the relationship brings, because this is going to be such a bad feeling when you just intrude on his space. So I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. The next thing is he's on the fence about commitment and he needs time to decide. Now, this is a situation where space will basically be your salvation. So if he's deciding, you must give him space, because if you don't, he's going to say, wow, she can't even give me time to feel out what it's like between her and I. So this girl is someone that I can't be with because she can't respect my boundaries. You put yourself in the position to win by, first of all, not putting pressure on him. This is the pullback magnet, where you withdraw yourself completely. And the second part of the pullback magnet is, while you're withdrawn, you put yourself in the best mood possible. So this puts you in the best position to win. And if he still pulls away, then it means he was never going to commit anyway. So at least you have clarity. If your relationship is in some kind of complicated dynamic, then you need to really get back to clarity so you can feel like you're standing on solid ground and that life makes sense. So there's no such thing as a casual relationship or a complicated relationship. You're either in a 100% committed relationship that's exclusive and clearly defined, or you're 100% single. I'm saying this for your benefit, because when you adopt this mentality, life will make sense again. And you will get so much better results in your love life. Stop letting stupid pop culture messages basically convince you that there's anything other than two statuses: single, 100%, or committed, 100%. It's one or the other. Number 5, you could be accidentally smothering his attraction out of the courtship because you're afraid to lose him. So women often make the mistake of getting super excited about a relationship when a guy shows up that they like, but this excitement turns into fear that they might screw it up with him, that they have to trap him like he's some animal that will want to escape at the first chance he gets if given the opportunity. So what they do is they constantly check in on him for reassurance, and they want to make sure, is he slipping away? And instead of being fun, your interactions become a tedious drag where everything you do with him is him reassuring you that, he doesn't want to leave and that he's still interested. And even if he was interested in you at first, he's going to say, maybe I should want to leave. After all, why would she be so worried about me leaving? Think about it from that perspective. The other part of the problem is that instead of being fun, being in a good mood, and being enjoyable, your interactions are plain not fun anymore. They don't feel good because fear has become the centerpiece of your inner world, and your interactions reflect that fear, and it's not a fun thing to be around. Plain and simple, think of how you were before you met him. You were happy, you had a full life, you weren't worried about losing him. In fact, if you were 100% fine before, then logically speaking, you would be just as fine if you didn't have him in your life now. You have to be okay with the idea that you actually could lose him if your relationship starts to suck because you abandon your own life, because you abandon your own joy, your own fulfillment, your own positive energy, and instead replace it with a yucky, icky fear of losing him. It's not fun or attractive for anyone to be operating from that place. Think about it and reflect on this for a second. Think of it like this. All the time you spend worrying, obsessing over losing him, thinking about what could go wrong, contemplating, what little things he doesn't mean, why he's texting, why he's not texting, why he won't reply in this way, why his messages are short, why he's doing this, why he won't be this open, etc., etc. There are all these things that you could worry about, but the truth is, there are thousands of other things that you could have been doing that would have lifted your mood and spirits instead of driving yourself crazy and putting you in an emotional rut. And as I mentioned, this emotional rut will not serve you, because when you maintain a happy, fulfilling, enjoyable life, you end up attracting him. And that attractive energy deepens your relationship, deepens your connection, and makes a man pull in close. But when you are not operating from this energy and are instead in this emotional rut, he pulls away. It's pretty simple when you think about it, and it's always going to happen that way. And again, your best bet, pretty much across the board, is to give him space to recharge his batteries while you're giving him space, and then recharge yours. Active time when you're giving space is also key. Being in your best mood and bringing your best energy into the relationship, the energy at the beginning. That is when you attracted him. That's why he's pulling away now. And that is your best bet when you're thinking about, how do I pull him back in? Just be in the best mood as humanly possible and really focus on being that woman that you were in the beginning, that didn't need this relationship to feel whole, that didn't need to analyze. You were okay and you are okay. And never forget that, because it's going to help you no matter what situation you are in. And be sure to hit like and comment on this video with your thoughts on this topic, and share this video if you find it helpful, and give it a like because it really helps me out and lets YouTube know to recommend this video more, and subscribe for more love advice so you can have the love life that you really want. And I will see you next time.